Arriving in Aldgate Street with the market stalls behind you, move forward into Mitre Street. In Mitre Square is PC Watkins, the man who found the second of that night's bodies, that of Catherine Eddowes. Talk to him and he might help you piece together what has happened. If you turn to the right, you'll now see Mitre Square. PC Watkins is in the far corner of Mitre Square. Ask him about what he remembers from that night. Remember, the police quite liked the illustrated police news as it cast them in a good light. PC Watkins now takes you back to that night, early morning of the 30th of September 1888. Follow the markers that guide you around PC Watkins's route and collect the pieces of the puzzle to put together what happened that night. Once more turn right into Mitre Square.
Women were still on the streets and they were still going out, even in the midst of the Ripper murders, simply because they didn't really have much of a choice. They had to make money, and women also understood that there was a certain hazard that it's prior to Jack the Ripper, and there were murders of prostitutes after that as well. It was just one of the hazards, along with catching a venereal disease or falling back with you. It was all of a muchness, really.
Leaving Mitre Square, PC Watkins turned right back onto Mitre Street and around for the rest of his route, which would take another 15 minutes. Arriving back where he started around 15 minutes later, PC Watkins was ready to begin his route of Mitre Street and Mitre Square for the second time. In Mitre Square, PC Watkins would find something that would haunt him forever.
The sexual violence that is perpetrated is extreme because he is displaying signs of aggression, signs of violence, signs of frustration, while balanced with a calm understanding of what he is doing. The extreme nature shows a complete lack of regard for the victims beyond the purpose that they serve him.
Having gathered the information, you can now assemble a picture of what happened that night for the Illustrated Police News.
It may have been that some people who looked on the East End as a source of degeneracy and corruption in society actually saw the murders as in some way a purgation of the sexual disruption that was threatened from there. But I think what's interesting is that in a very minor way that was even manifest in the upper echelons of the police, where men like Warren, who was highly religious and moralistic, or Anderson, who would subsequently write about the coming apocalypse in religious terms, were eager that women shouldn't be walking the streets, that a woman on even Regent Street after midnight was almost certainly responsible for her own safety and risk.